Is Jason Statham's real life as intense as his movies? Jason Statham doesn't just play intense characters, he lives like one. While most Hollywood action stars train for a few months before shooting, Statham trains like it's a lifestyle. Whether it's martial arts, diving, or strength conditioning, his real life mirrors the raw energy and discipline of his on-screen persona. Long before he became an international movie icon, he was diving off platforms for England's national team, pushing his body to extremes and competing under pressure. That background didn't just build his physique, it trained his mind to stay sharp, focused, and unshakably calm under stress. Every role he takes is an extension of this intensity. Unlike many actors who leave the heavy lifting to stunt doubles, Statham insists on doing most of his stunts himself. He spends months learning choreography, rehearsing fight scenes until they become second nature, and adapting his physical limits to whatever the scene demands. Directors often describe him as obsessive, the kind of actor who's always the first on set, the last to leave, and never complains, no matter how brutal the shoot. Whether it's hanging from a helicopter, fighting underwater, or driving through fire, he doesn't just act like he's in danger. He often is. Off-set, his lifestyle isn't much different. He's known for keeping a strict diet, waking up early to train, and surrounding himself with people who push him harder. He doesn't live in the spotlight, rarely shows up in tabloids, and keeps his private life tightly guarded. That intensity isn't just for the cameras, it's how he approaches everything. There's a quiet seriousness in his interviews, a kind of laser focus that doesn't break even when he jokes. He doesn't talk about being a star, he talks about effort, repetition, and precision. People close to him describe a man who's brutally honest, fiercely loyal, and utterly uncompromising. He doesn't fake anything. If he says he's going to do something, he does it. If he trains to exhaustion. If he fights, he studies the craft like a real martial artist. His downtime often includes practicing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, sparring with professionals, or studying fight tapes. Not because he needs to, but because he wants to master everything he does. That intensity spills into every part of his life. Even his career choices reflect this real-life toughness. He rarely takes on roles that feel soft or superficial. His characters are rough-edged, no-nonsense, and direct, and so is he. He picks roles that feel natural because they don't require him to pretend. What audiences see is not a fantasy version of Jason Statham, it's a sharper, edited cut of who he already is. That's why his performances feel authentic. There's no disconnect between the actor and the action. So is his real life as intense as his movies? In many ways, it's more so. The explosions and dramatic stunts may be scripted, but the mindset behind them is very real. Jason Statham isn't just playing a role, he's living a life built on focus, discipline, and the kind of everyday intensity that most people only experience in the movies. And that's exactly why we believe him every time he steps on screen, because the intensity isn't acted, it's lived.